moving, so I'm going through 2 houses. Right now, we're gonna go get gas, and I'm going to go to the grocery store and get what I need for the lunch I have planned for today. It is such a hot day that my mascara, and I was wearing my sunglasses. I didn't take a photo of myself. Maybe you saw me in the restrooms of these houses, but that was just a side, like a detour. Okay, these are what's going in my eggs. My classic flavor bomb: olive oil, turmeric, oregano, cilantro leaves, everything bagel, and garlic powder. And it's 1 egg and 2 egg whites. You can use all of the yolks if you like to, but that's what I like on mine. So I flip it over like an omelet and let it cook on both sides for a little while. And then I cook the tortilla in the same oil. I'm cooking the tortilla in the same oil and the eggs on the plate. In the oil, so you can hear it. This is a recipe you want to wear long sleeves for because that oil will snap at you when you're making the eggs. But it is olive oil, so it's healthy, even if it gets on your skin. Flavor bomb breakfast is what I like to call it. This is what I eat whenever I come to my mom's, and it's one of my favorite recipes. I've showed you eggs before, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't usually eat eggs, but this is why. Is that this is for the 40+ group. You'll notice that you have medication for this, vitamins for that, and me and my mom have been going through this whole thing about getting older, which is weird for us because my mom's like in her 70s now, 70 now, and it's difficult for her because she never really had health problems before, and I've never really had health problems as far as like my physical health, and I don't want to get them, so I'm really trying to help her with her diet, and then I'm also trying to lose weight. So I've turned that tortilla over, and it does look yellow. Don't be worried, that's from the turmeric if you're using it. Then I use this little local like jam place, and I don't know what that says, what kind of, it's just fruits, 4 fruits. And you can use any jam you want. You could do the regular like rainbow mustard and spinach with your eggs, whatever, but this is my flavor bomb. This tastes so good to me. You know, it's not really like Christmas, but it's like perfect breakfast flavors, I think. There's no other vegetables, but if you want to do that, go ahead. Last year in 2023, I had a big competition that I had to lose 20 pounds for really quickly. And so I am in the habit of fluctuating in my weight, and I go up and down. and it can be like up to 20 pounds. So fortunately, I don't have a lot of terrible negative effects like saggy skin or anything like that. But I am getting older, so I have to stop doing that. So I'm trying to now get to a healthy weight for my height. And if I could get rid of that 20 pounds and keep it off is really the goal. And the key here is to help my mom with her diet, and that will help me to, she's out of town. So we're all moving. You haven't noticed it's just a mess everywhere in all of my houses. And we're all trying to get into not bigger homes, but more efficient homes for our busy, crazy lives. And so I just wanted to take a look around and see what was available while I'm house sitting here. But these meals, I aim to make them sugar-free, low in sodium, low in fat. So I don't use butter because my mom has some health issues. She can't use butter, and she can't have sugar, she can't have a lot of sodium. She wants to stay Mediterranean, but it's like not natural for us. We're Mexican, you know, we like beans and rice. And so I turn off the heat, and then I go ahead and I fold the tortilla with the eggs in it. Oops, I can't see. The eggs in it, you know, like a taco situation. And that's the way it looks. See, I eat it with a fork, but you can pick it up with your hands, you know, whatever. And that's it. Let's go taste it. So the thing about getting older is that you'll eat something that isn't really easy on your stomach as you get older. So like if you eat something like eggs, you have to skip the dairy for the rest of the day. No cheeses, no dairy products, and so she switched to soy milk. I will be pairing it with a cup of milk. So this is soy milk with ice in it. I like ice in my soy milk. And that's breakfast. So we don't make eggs with butter. We make it with oil, olive oil. Olive oil for everything. It can be high in calories if you use a lot of it, but my mother's very thin because she has to exercise 6 to 7 days a week, and so we're very conscious about one, keeping it low in fat and low in sodium and sugar and no sugar, but two, that she gets enough calories and that she's not starving herself because of how much exercising she's doing. She loses a lot of calories in the day, and she can drop weight really, really fast. So there's like a danger zone there. And I wish, you know, I'm laughing, but I'm not really joking about that. And we're like trying really hard to do this, but then you're also trying to keep your diet in order. And if you don't do them correctly or properly, then you can get imbalanced, and that'll be the end of you, you know. So we're trying to do everything right here. This is one of the things that I feed my mom. And the jam is got no preservatives. I eat it because it has sugar. If I was making for my mom, I would absolutely put the spinach. I probably would add some soy milk in the eggs with them, and I just use like a grape coupon, like I said. She doesn't really like sauces, and there's enough of the olive oil that it doesn't need any sauces. But definitely I would put spinach or avocado for her. But for me, this is how I like to eat it, and I think that this is the best way to eat it. And if you want to try that, I swear to you, it's so delicious. Now we're going to continue into lunch, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite things to pair with a minestrone soup. Again, I'm at my mom's house, and there's always so much to eat here, and I didn't want to go full grocery shopping because she just have a bunch of stuff that she doesn't want. So I went to Pollo Loco. I just got some cilantro, the maíz pico, the gallo, rice, and I had a coupon for a 3-piece meal, so it's 3 pieces and 2 sides. I got mashed potatoes for tomorrow, and I'm just gonna have like 1 or 2 small tacos, and that's gonna be like maybe my lunch. Why did I stop when I was gonna cook? I'm gonna have what I wanted to make for you guys a little bit later for dinner, but I'm just gonna have a small lunch. I had some things to do, and so I had made a stop. And I like to put like a handful of cilantro, chopped cilantro, and the pico de gallo in there, in the rice, and mix it up. So I finished that. I only had one taco. I did cheat and eat a little bit of the mashed potatoes, but I didn't finish the rice. It's all in there for tomorrow. But now I'm eating these popcorners, the sea salt corn. My mom keeps those in the car for snacks, and sometimes she munches on them, but she shouldn't. So I have had the car while she's on vacation, and I ate the rest of her popcorners. So I bought them for her, and just what she left me, it was literally a quarter of the bag. So I'm just gonna have a few and put them back in her car. And if you're wondering, like, wow, that's a lot of food actually. Well, you know, I'm not trying to lose weight overnight. I did lose 20 pounds August 2023, but I put on all the weight after an injury. So it's always that. If you go back to earlier Sunday Healthy Snacks episodes, you'll notice that I started doing it because I had an injury and I gained a lot of weight. So during injury, I probably just should stop eating, but I don't, and I tend to just lay around a lot, and the weight just packs on. Fortunately, my body is, you know, well shaped, I guess. So it takes a while for me to really notice that I'm putting on weight. My clothes are loose anyways, and I don't really notice. But yeah, so this series is, you know, like how to lose 20 pounds over time, not overnight, through diet and exercise. I don't show you my exercise, but maybe I'll do that, and you can see that in other shows on this channel. If you want to check out the Ba.bl official channel, follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. But so this is just about the healthy snacks that I eat, my favorite recipes, things that I actually eat. I don't eat the same every day, though I probably should, but I get kind of bored with the same thing. I'm a foodie, I'm a Mexican, I like carbs, and it's a problem. Bagel bites, this is all you need. I got almond flour, use any kind that you want to use, regular Greek yogurt, but I'm using an almond milk Greek yogurt. It's dairy free. Garlic powder, not garlic salt, everything bagel, and baking powder. The garlic powder is optional. You don't have to use it. I'm just going to use it for added flavor today, but that is all. Now, I'm going to put the ingredients in, and it's going to take how much. This doesn't seem like much. The almond flour is at the bottom. So this is 1/4 of a cup. It's half of a cup because I put 2 of these of almond flour and 2 of these of regular flour. So it's half a cup of almond, half a cup of regular, and you can use whatever you want. You could do all almond flour or all regular flour. And this yogurt, if you use plain Greek yogurt, just add vanilla. And I didn't measure that, but we go like 1, 2, 3. It's like 4 or 5 tablespoons of yogurt. And I'm just gonna mix that. I didn't do all the dry ingredients. Garlic to taste, I just did about 1/4 or half a teaspoon of baking powder just to make them soft. These recipes are all trial and error because I eyeball a lot of things. It's hard for me to really tell you how much of what I use because I really do eyeball it. I have all my favorite little spoons and bowls. But so it's trial and error. You'll do it once if you think it came out great. If you don't, you can tell, what it is you need next time. So I pick my pan and I put a bunch of Everything Bagel inside of the pan, and then I'm gonna roll up little balls of this and roll them out in there, and then put the balls back in the bowl where the dough is to to save them until after I'm done rolling. This is what they look like, and the dough is a little bit wet, so wash your hands before this. This is what they look like at the end. I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven now. I know it seems late, but you want to let the dough rest for a short period of time. It doesn't really have to, but I'm going to go to 400 degrees and check my things in there. These are going to go in for about 30 minutes. I probably have used like a 1/4 cup more of flour, and but I like my dough wet because I feel like it gives you a softer dough. And you can do as much everything bagel as you want to. Some of them have less, some of them more. So I've never done this with vanilla yogurt. I always do it with plain Greek yogurt, and I add vanilla. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing, but it might be a little bit sweeter. I am trying to do sugar-free for the most part, but because my mom's not here, I can handle it. So this is what they look like out of the oven. I just took them out, and I left them in for an extra 5 minutes, but they're overdone. They're like cracking. They're still gonna be soft in the middle. So I'm just also heating up a can of this Progresso minestrone soup to eat with my bagel bites. I don't really like minestrone soup. It's not my favorite soup, but this one's okay. My favorite soup, what I would have preferred to make, is a split pea soup, which I usually make from scratch on my own. But the Progresso split pea soup is also really good. I don't know. I'm not crazy about like beans and soup and stuff. Pasta's fine. That's just personal. They're kind of cooled off now. They're not heat. There's still a little steam coming out of there, but I can open it. So that's what it looks like inside. It's pretty soft, you know, and that's the way I like it. Now, if you're thinking that I didn't add any salt in this dough and it's probably pretty bland, it's not, because I can taste the yogurt. But these can be eaten with cream cheese or jam or anything, just like a bagel. But there's enough salt in the Everything Bagel that you don't need to add any into the dough. And this is what the soup looks like. Put the little balls in. Don't tell me, oh, that soup is literally 2 to 4 servings. This is how I like it. So obviously the star of the show today was the Everything Bagel Seasoning, and we used it in 2 meals in 2 different ways. This is so good and very filling. Actually, 1,250 calories for the day, 1,240, 1,250 calories for the day, all 3 meals. Now, again, this is not something that I suggest for everybody. I am only about 5'1.5", so what I eat isn't gonna be really great for like a 6-foot tall person. But they are very light, very healthy snacks at the very least for somebody a little bit bigger, and healthy meals if you are closer to my size. Thank you for joining me today, guys. See you next time on Sunday Healthy Snacks.